Last time I was recording, there was a very silly American lady who said, "This machine is recording." She didn't do it today, which kind of threw me. I was waiting for her to say it. So, good morning. It's turned from winter yesterday to summer today, by which reference you'll know that it's Thursday, the something of May, nearly the end of May, approaching the bank holiday. You're not going to see this for a few weeks, but nonetheless. I'm doing, as I have said, a summary menu for you. And this is not particularly summery cake, but it's a very nice cake. And I'm not quite sure when I'm going to put it on the menu, probably not with the full summer menu. But this is a combination of two of the things that I think most of us like, which is shortbread and ginger. I realise I'm looking down and not up at the camera. I find it really hard to do that. So shortbread and ginger. I think we've had ginger in lots of recipes and everyone said, yum, yum, this is really nice. This is a recipe which I got from my cousin in Holland. It's a Jewish recipe. I meant to look up the translation. I think it's something like Jewish ginger cake or Jewish gingerbread. It's not gingerbread at all. It's like a shortbread, but it's made with ginger and it's yummy. So I'm going to go over to the worktop and see what I can do with the other camera. So let's just switch over. Oh, there we are. Now, I'm making half the amount that the recipe originally gave me, because the original recipe uses a pound of flour, a pound of sugar, and a pound of butter, and obviously makes a lot of cake. That's quite a lot, particularly those of you who I'm not going to eat it, but going to give it to friends and neighbours and relatives. So I'm just making a half, which is quite easy because then it's just a packet of butter and flour. It's plain flour and sugar. So you chop up your ginger. So 3 little balls of ginger from your jar. You see, I'm trying to use up all your ingredients that I've made you buy, making sure that nothing lives in your fridge until it grows a beard and has to be thrown away. So there's your ginger chopped up. And I have used it of the vanilla sugar, which is where I first heard of vanilla sugar, and had to ring my cousins and say, "There's vanilla sugar." And they said, "Oh, we use it all the time here." So in the past, when I've made this, before I invested in vanilla sugar from Mr. Amazon, I always used just vanilla essence. So don't feel you're being left out of the game if you haven't bought this. I happen to have bought it. Otherwise, just dollop in some vanilla. That's not what you need to say. So here is my bowl, and you need quite a big bowl because obviously you've got a pound and a half of ingredients, and you use your knives, 2 knives, to cut up the butter into the mixture. Now, I expect, if you've been with me from the beginning of time, you will know what I'm planning to do next, which is to use my pastry blender to do this a bit more easily than this. But this just shows you don't have to have a pastry blender, because my cousin who made this, he wasn't really my cousin, he was second cousin twice removed or something. It's just so complicated. He's the same age as my aunt's generation. We're related. We coincided, our 2 families, at our great-great-grandparents. So and we can trace the line all the way back, which is lovely. We found a whole new family when we discovered them. Very exciting. And our family was originally Jewish, which hence Jewish recipe. None of us, there was no one in the family who remained practicing Jews, particularly in Holland, because all except this one gentleman and his brother were killed. So they couldn't practice anything, really. There we go. He managed, his father managed to escape, and the boys were safe, so that was good. Right, so that's it. I'm going to mix it a bit more with my blender. You don't have to mix it all the way. You're not looking for the old fine breadcrumbs like Mary Berry. Like what Mary Berry says, you don't need that. You're going to put into that your ginger. Scrape this off. Now, I'm not sure what size tin I'm going to use because it's going to be a bit of an experiment really, because the tin it says has to be 27 inches in diameter. In actual fact, they cut it into little squares over there. So I'm just going to stir it in with a wooden spoon. It says you can mix it with a mixer. However, I think those lumps of ginger wouldn't actually cope well with a mixer. A mixer wouldn't cope well with them, so I don't think that's a good idea. So I'm using a wooden spoon. People sit back in the class, and then into that, I'm trying to make sure the flour. This is a very deep bowl, which is it's a bit of a nuisance. I need to buy a bigger mixing bowl, but a flat one, because when they're as deep as this, there's often the flour lurking at the bottom, which you have to make sure you incorporate. So there's it all mixed in, and to that I'm going to add 1 egg from my lovely egg holder and 2 tablespoons of the ginger syrup. Now, what I thought I would do, it doesn't say do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put that in there and beat the egg into it. But I think that might be easier to incorporate. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of my syrup. My ginger exposed, because I used some the other day for my sticky ginger salmon for supper. And I think if you could buy just ginger syrup, that would be really nice, wouldn't it? Right, so there's all of that. Beat those together before I add them. This is an extremely sticky recipe. Very sticky. Well, in the centre, shove it in. Sorry, there's a lot, hopefully not too much noise, but my washing machine is quite close to me, so I hope it's not too distracting. So we've got to mix that in. Actually making this to feed the ukulele group on Friday, so someone is going to taste this. If they say, oh my God, that's awful, as usual, this recording will never see the light of day. No one will ever know I suggested it. Actually, looking at this, at the title of the recipe, I think it's called Buttercake. Not a mention of ginger, but anyway, I'll get a German translation if I publish it on Padlet Nova. So there it is, quite a sticky mixture. So I am going to line my tin with baking paper because that's what I do. Now, Bob's now drilling outside, which is just what we need, isn't it, when I'm recording. And she's bought a lovely load of pots for our huge sunflowers, and they have got holes in the bottom, so he's busy drilling holes. So I apologise about that. Now, I've got to decide what sort of size tin this amount of mixture will fit, and then get it and line it. So when I've decided, I'll let you know in a moment. Now, interestingly, my biggest circular tin, which is this loose bottom tin, is actually only 23 centimetres. 27 is actually really big. It's about 10 inches, 11 inches. So I'm going to use a Swiss rolling sort of tin. It's a bit of a grotty one, so, but I'm going to line it with that. I think that will be about the right size. Then I can cut it into squares, which is what I want to do. So I'm going to line that with no further ado. online tin. And you just pile the tin in. You don't have to be terribly neat about it. It settles down during cooking. So just don't have to be very precise, just shove it all in, make sure it goes roughly in the places you want it to go. Might like to put a little bit of flour on your fingers so you don't get in a sticky state like I'm getting. But I put my flour away like a tidy girl, so I can't do that. So, I'm in my book now, get that. Stop my fingers. Stop my fingers and that corner a bit. There we are. That's how it's going to go now. You put it into the oven at 180. Sorry. As soon as you put it in, you reduce the heat to 150. It's cooking in a cooling oven. I'm giggling because I'm trying to operate the computer and I'm covered in shortbready gooey dough, which is now all over my computer. It's not a good look. And I told you all to cover your computer in cling film, and I didn't do that because it's out of the way and I didn't think about it. So that's gone in the oven. It's going in for half an hour. As always, I will set my timer for slightly less than that, then keep my eye on it. I suggest you do the same. You want it golden brown, obviously. And we'll have a look at it when it's done. Oh, more goo, hold on. Like that. Okay, right. See you later. I looked at mine at 20 minutes and the butter in the middle was still sort of it was very liquidy in the middle and clearly not cooked. So I put it back in for another 10 minutes. And with my superpower, which we have discussed before, which I share with Richard Coles, I was ready at the moment it was about to ping. And it's now about 2 minutes until it's done the final 10 minutes. So it will be a full half an hour. So I think that's probably what it needs. And it's kind of puffed up at the edges and the middle is solid and it smells lovely. It's, by the way, I've looked up the translation and it's called Jewish butter biscuit. So not a mention of the ginger, but Jewish ginger butter biscuit would be better, but hey ho, that's what it's called. All right, I've still got more cake on this. Oh, my computer. Right, see you in a minute. And here it is, the finished article. I'm just going to adjust it so you can see it all. So she knocked it off. It's lovely and golden brown, and it's sort of squidged around in the tin, as you can see. All these technical terms I use, squidged around. Leave it to cool in the tin before you cut it. I'm going to show off with my special cutting knife, which, you know, just to make you all sigh. I have one of these. I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. I'm sure you can. I got mine from Lakeland. Plastic, acrylic, whatever. It doesn't cut the tin. So I had invested in some new tins and they were quite a lot of money. And I didn't want to mess them up like this one is. So one of these wasn't very expensive. Really useful if you want to cut cakes in your tin. So when that's cold, we'll cut it into little chunks. I will serve it on Friday. And I'll see if they spit it out or not. But hopefully they'll say, oh, yum. And we're good to go. Okay, enjoy.